as it should be. I do hope it is. This is connecting. Okay, so we got that connected. Let's go and check out YouTube. We want to share this out, of course. Upcoming. After dark. Are we live at all? Okay. Connecting. Sending data. We're not live yet. Okay, so what is going on here? By itself, it's taking forever to do stuff. Is this one live? So waiting for Cross Comics. Okay, it says live. Which one is live? Okay, the one that's not supposed to be live is live. You gotta love that. So just on stream, Mom. Okay, so I gotta get all the information from the one that I had set up that it didn't do. So just give me a sec. Shouldn't take long to grab all this stuff and put it over. Create thumbnail. Okay, so next, you need to What do you mean I need to reconnect with my Restream dashboard? Okay. Okay, the dumb thing doesn't want to show the chat. So. Hopefully this is the one that is live. Hello. Hello. This is the one that is live. Yes, it seems to be. So let's pop out the chat, and hopefully now we can have YouTube and thing. Discord. I don't know why it doesn't want to have them both at the same time, but it doesn't. So we're not going to be having Metal with us tonight, most likely. He's got some other plans. So, it's just me, myself, and I doing a drawing. And talking with you guys. And maybe anybody else that happens to come in that's been invited for Google Meet. So how is everybody who is watching tonight? So the that I'm doing is similar to the atom. His name's Molecule. So similar shrinking powers anyways. Okay, so we got 5 watching. Are you guys even typing, or am I in the? Or do I got the wrong chat? I think I have to find out. One thing's for sure, Restream definitely has messed some things up in watching anyways. Hey, Eagle. How are you? Okay, yeah, so I had the right one to begin with. How are you tonight, Eagle? Maybe I had to go over to my events. Enter live studio. Maybe that's why. Maybe I can't set up events on Restream. I was hoping to, but I'm just glad to have everybody here. Hey Eric, how are you? So I did not get the books today. They have been shipped, so I should hopefully be getting them tomorrow. I think they only got to come from Toronto, which is an hour away, which really sucks because I was told that they were shipped at like 11 o'clock this morning, you know, so it's like an hour away. They should have got here today, but because they're going through UPS and not some sort of, you know, delivery from the people themselves for stuff that's local or somewhat local to them. No problem. Also, I didn't know you started at high noon again because I was asleep when you were on. Didn't get to bed till 5 a.m. Was drawing. Yeah. Well, I was saying last night about starting it today. It just started today, and it's all going to be on here on YouTube, Twitch, and DLive. I'm streaming it to 3 platforms. This at the moment will only be being streamed to the one platform. After dark. So, tomorrow, Eric, you might want to try and be up for the noon show. I will, if they come in before noon, I will hold off till noon unboxing, and I'll unbox a lot on High Noon Live instead of starting up a stream an hour beforehand or whatever. I'll try not to go to bed. Go there so I can watch tomorrow. I laughed. Yeah, you know, it's like I've been there. So this character I'm doing right now is my character called Molecule, and I think with a name like Molecule you can figure out his powers. He is able to shrink. Yeah, the comic book, Meta was saying last night that it's all put together as a PDF and all that. Just at some point, Dillard's got to put it up on Amazon. I've got a question for everybody out there that's listening at the moment that can respond. How much would you guys be willing to pay for a Cross Comics calendar, like a wall calendar? Would you guys pay $30 for that? 30, 35 American? Yeah, well, I'm gonna actually have to get that. Pay a few bucks for it. Cross, your mic sounds like a mix of Charlie Brown's Parents and old time radio. I can't understand what you're saying, but it hurts my ears without headphones. Here, maybe if I put my headphones on, or put this to headphones. I gotta get a new mic soon. Hopefully that will solve my problem. So, did you hear me asking about Cross Comics calendar? I was thinking of doing. I've got either a sketchbook in mind or doing a calendar, crowdfunding for a calendar. The calendar is a lot more expensive than you might think. Because I can probably do a sketchbook with 100 pages in on both sides, over 100 pages. Well, it would seem like over 100. 100 different sketches in for like $10-15. And that might be even with shipping. Calendar, I think I'd have to charge a minimum of 20 plus shipping. I'm just not sure what people would be more willing to buy, especially with, the new year coming up, a 2020 Cross Comics calendar. Especially if I can have it out for, December. And especially with me wanting to do over on Kickstarter a coloring book. here, a long one. I'd like input from a bunch of people, but you seem to be the only one responding at the moment, Elric. Yeah, I would say this is at least weather is cooler for now. However, it's back to 100. Wait, heard you say something, but was typing. Oh, I was just saying about the difference between how many people would go for a sketchbook over a calendar. I know calendar or sketchbook would be cheaper. But I'm a nobody too, so they'd be more likely to, I think people would be more likely to get a calendar. Although with the sketchbook I could get probably 100 sketches in it. That'd be DC Marvel characters. Depends on what type of calendar. Like a one that you would hang up on the wall. So you'd have, like the top half would be some sort of cross comics picture of one of the characters or whatever with background and all that. And the bottom half would be, the calendar. The days, the month and the days and all that. I might see whether I could use some of the fan art that's come in. Mid of culture or normal calendar. I'm not sure what you mean, men of culture. Let me see. I was looking up this stuff earlier, so. You know, calendar with, well, some spacey women on them. Yeah, the Women of Cross Comics calendar. So yeah, one something like this. Or, you know, these here. Or where you got, this one's got a fold there and you can just lift up that. No, he's busy today, so it's just me by myself unless somebody comes on. I've given the link out in the DM. So metal on my phone fell. I can't wait for the Canadian Shield Chan cards. What did you drop? My phone! Well, as long as I get things tomorrow, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Give me a couple days to get everything together and get it in the mail. There you go. Although I do have to wait, probably before I send everything out, I have to wait for Dillert, the mail from Dillert to do the giveaways. And then, of course, Peter Gatz has got something for me to put in, too, so we've got to wait for that. You could always come on if you wanted to, Eric. Cross, I forgot to mention, did you hear about the terrible idea that CW has? Don't think so. What is their terrible idea this time? A live-action Powerpuff Girls show. Well, that could be a terrible idea. Not necessarily a terrible idea. Depends on A, how old they make the girls, and what sort of crap that they want to put in it. Because I'm not sure how old the Powerpuff Girls are actually supposed to be in the cartoon. To me, they seem like they're supposed to be at almost maybe 12. Oh, and they want to keep the oversized heads and just don't want to go for realistic, you know. Okay, yeah, that's definitely crackpotism. In the original show, they're in kindergarten. Okay, so that would make them like 4 or 5. Actually, technically 5 for grade 1, so in kindergarten they'd be like 4. Maybe start out as 3, so yeah, I could see them making them a little bit older. Just because of, you know, legality reasons. Imagine having 3 kids trying to make them 3 3-year-olds or 3 4-year-olds and having them play superheroes. Yeah, I could not see that going over well for live action. Yep, no. Yeah, which are like adults. So, you know, I wouldn't want to be the actor playing a villain on that show. Hey, Timothy, how are you? Right now we're just talking about the stupidity of CW for their possible next thing. A live action Powerpuff Girls. I think I just answered what cartoon we're talking about. Ulrich says, also the most evil villain in the show, him, basically the devil in drag. Yeah, that's definitely... I could probably deal with that, you know, but it looks like they should definitely up them a few years in it. Minimum 10. Timothy says he prefers the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy. Okay. I've never heard of it. Rick, will you be adding sketch cards back? Yes, I will be adding sketch cards back once I catch up, Mallet. We have ideas. I basically finished bullets today. I just had to do a little bit more inking on the one. I'm not sure. Here, let me check. Is there a way we don't want featured newest rivals? No, it doesn't appear to be up yet. I think I am, Timothy, still being boycotted by thing. But I just checked Amazon.ca. Let me go to Amazon.com. Halloween coloring book. Newest arrival. No, none of these look like ours, so it's not up yet. Okay. I'm gonna tweet John and find out. Oh, okay. Find out why. Did you contribute to the coloring book? I did. I got about 7 pages in there. Maybe that's what I said. No, I doubt he would suspend putting it up just because of me. However, I'm going to be putting up on what's the name of it? Kickstarter, Across Comics coloring book. Probably soon. If anybody wants to contribute a drawing for that, feel free. Just don't make it the Canadian Shield. I've got quite a few Canadian Shields to put up. Or put in it. Can I make it the Canadian Shield? No. Use one of my characters from my website. I would suggest Timothy if you want to put a pic in. Can it be the Silos kicking the bucklers and little Miss Maple's butt? No. It cannot. Parody character of the buckler. I try, but Rick still doesn't come to. Let's see. There's a way to get notifications for when you go on Twitch. I'm following. I get a notification. I got the notifications on. No, I don't want to report Violet. Don't worry, Rick. I'm more satisfied with to bring you about it. I gotta check. Maybe I'll get my notifications to let Twitch stuff know about Twitch stuff. And everybody, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Somebody's already hit the dislike tonight. Dylan says no. He's not going to do it. With a gift of a kitten, just be pouting and going, no. Also, you forgot to mention that you found one of the best candies in the world. I found a Coca-Cola Tic Tacs. Basically, it'll probably end just his boycott since it's a month. It's been, what, on a week and a half now? It'll probably be ending just about the time he gets his book. Or books. So will freshen your breath or destroy your teeth? Bit of both. You only have half card. Okay, hold on. turn the sound off of one of those, because I'm hearing one and then I'm hearing the other. And hearing one's running off. It's a lot of It's okay, so it will not freshen your breath. No, just rot your teeth. Then what's the sense of even getting it, Elric? Besides the fact that it's a Coca-Cola product. Oh, because it tastes really good. Ah, I see. I see, said the blind man. Drinking real Coca-Cola would actually make your breath fresher than the Tic Tacs. There's what you should do, Alright. Drop a couple of the Tic Tacs in real Coke and see what happens. The Coca-Cola Tic Tacs. Well, it depends. Your cokehead, depending on what type of cokehead you mean. If you mean coke as in the drug, no, coke as in the drink, yeah. 'Cause you're addicted. I tell you, addicted. And then so, Elric, are you or anybody out there working on their fan versions for when I bring up the contests? Most likely in January for the various characters. For Canadians. No, this will be when I'm writing my campaign for my next book. The contest will be make a fan version of Snowdrift or Toxico or Messenger, and the winner will be made for each one will be made into a trading card. How about hashtag crosslist? Oh, that contest technically is probably not going to start till January, and I'll probably have the deadline 3/4 of the way through the campaign. But I figured since I told you about it, people might start on it early. Put in maybe one version or two versions. The great thing is you can do all three and enter all three. Or you can just enter for one of them, one of the versions. Knowing about it sooner gives you an advantage, technically, because you can start working on it. And maybe have it in almost as soon as it starts. Cool. You want to draw waifus? Good looking waifus. Well, you could sort of have Toxico as a good looking waifu, but could or could not, it's hard to say. Messenger still could be, then again. Fan version could also mean you don't necessarily mean, I don't think it would mean you necessarily have to put the character as a hero either, or a villain. What they are normally, you could switch it up. So there's Molecule. We will, of course, end up coloring him tomorrow night. He's shrunk down. He's on a sword. I took this off of, it's obviously not the exact same, but here's where I took it off of for the Atom. I guess, with it being sword and a shiny, shorter like they were showing, I could probably make So we got a little bit of time left for tonight. I started doing some turnabouts today. That's a good drawing of Deku Cross. Well, I saw it for a brief moment just yet now. Yeah, I did that over on, we're wasting some time on, my Twitch. He looks a little bit older. I gotta still draw this arm in. And I gotta do something about the pants. I was doing the pants and they're not turning out quite right. And here is Insecto for the My Hero Academia Canada. I've got a Canadian version of the Canadian Shield, and I think I've got a version of Snowdrift and the Flame. I just got to figure out where I put them. And here's the Wiz for that. I figured these guys are all going to be the students. I'm going to do probably a version of my Secret Warriors as the teachers. Maybe a version of the Canadian Shield's, the new Canadian Shield's dad. Because I'm gonna, the little bit that I've been able to surmise, and I know we talked about this a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, that the Quarks, I think the Quarks have been around 50 to 100 years, maybe longer. Just the way society is. And, you know, like there's been, 8 generations of All Might being passed on. Or, not All Might, but his power. So I'm going to do a version of Ozona and Electide next. Yes, oh, Alric, you're still alive. One for all, yeah. Melrose. Yes, I'm still alive. Also, hello, Bullet. So I did a messenger earlier today as well. Well, started the turnaround for him. So, got a little bit of time here. I will probably finish this off. Howard says, I'm alive and being kept alive by the power of Coca-Cola manga. Eagle says, Howard, did you get your manga finished and sent in? Bullet's like, are you 100% Coca-Cola syrup yet? Just steady at 98%. And I'm glad you got the manga done before it ended. Yeah. I just hope you actually got it in, since you were not quite sure about that. Or did you find out whether you were made sure you had your entry counted? Got finished it, but unfortunately my friend and I couldn't figure out how to get the manga entered into the contest no matter how much we tried. I think Bullet got it entered in, so not Bullet, Metal. So I'm not sure whether you'd be able to contact him before the end of the day. Yeah, and maybe Saturday we'll go over it. I'll do a special stream for that. It's not Wednesday. What do you mean it's not Wednesday? Well, it will, for me it will be in a couple more minutes. Rick, is the Metal a real person? Yes, he is. He's not made of metal. Now I'm just a figment of everybody's collective insanity. Hey, Christopher, and hello, Metal. I was thinking he was Brandon and Scott reincarnated. I don't think so. Metal's not even close to either of those guys. And he's been around for both of them too. Maybe not on stream with me, with them, but in the chat at least. Does Metal have a trench coat, Rick? I don't think so. He's just got a vest. You got the link if you want to hop on, Metal. Rick, how did you get your voice quality this bad? I have no idea. I have more than one. Huh. I'm hoping very soon to get a mic. I was mentioning earlier, Mallet, I told him he sounded like Charlie Brown's parents. Actually, I think you mean Charlie Brown's teacher. Oh, Rick. Or unless Mallet is in the background. Oh. Okay, I need to get my...
Hey.
I sent you the link to the other email.
What happened to your sound?
I checked my email before clicking on the one that was in the Twitter, and it wasn't there.
Okay, I don't know what happened then. Maybe I forgot to hit enter or something.
Possibly.
I'll find out tomorrow when I go to do it.
Oh, if you just have like a draft sitting there?
A draft. Oh, well, unfortunately, when I don't know how to do it when we're in this mode, it pops up about, having the people normally in or whatever when you come into it, so I don't know how to get to that. So I just go over here, the DMs on Twitter, and grab the link and to your email and then put it in.
Oh, and to answer Eagle's question, all of my trench coats have sleeves.
Christopher sees trench vest is a balder look. I'm not sure what.
I wouldn't mind having a sleeveless trench coat, but I just don't have one.
Well, it would be easy if you have more than one trench coat. It is easily obtainable to have a sleeveless trench coat.
Yes, but then I'd have to reseam it to make sure it doesn't fall apart afterwards after I take the seams for the sleeves off. And they all function and weather well with the sleeves on.
In other words, you don't want to ruin the vest the way that the trench coats the way that they are. Mrs. Dillinger says, Cross, will you be apologizing? Apologizing to whom and for what?
I think she means to Pope Raven for John Dillard. Well, I mean, for what you did, but for John's sake. He's not gonna put it down easy.
Neither am I, because I don't believe I did anything wrong. I went and made what I believe the book a little better. You know, it's hard to get a hold of Pope Raven in such things. So, one has to do what one has to do. Apparently that is the request for me to apologize. Now the request is for John to give up this silly boycott. Oh, if I felt I was actually in the wrong, Mrs. Dillard, I would apologize to John. I think I've said I'm sorry to him for other things in the past. Just simply not this. I say sorry. If I believe I'm in the wrong, I'll apologize, say I'm in the wrong, and then I get on with life. Do any of your characters have the joy of a Wonder Broom wreck? No. Mrs. Dillard says the melody will not bend.
Timmy says, here's a question. Can we get Pope Raven's opinion? Not likely. Good luck getting Pope Raven's opinion. I actually haven't seen him comment on anything in like a week, I think. When was the last time he talked?
Yeah, I think he hit the like button or something like that to some of the stuff. But he's probably figuring it's more of a joke or whatever.
Well, he's still alive at least. Because Twitter lets you know when people seen your messages as long as they don't turn that off. You know, with all the dangers in Aussie land, you have to be worried whether he'll be alive the next day.
Yeah, I think they're the worst place on earth at the moment for reaction to certain stuff. You know, cops choking people without masks. You know.
Oh, see, I was talking more the fact that they have like spiders that can pull birds out of the air and eat them.
Oh, okay.
Among other things. Apparently, California just imported fire tornadoes from them, though. Don't know why you'd want to go and do that. Unless you were like Goku and you were trying to train against fire tornadoes.
Let's see. Christopher, I second that request. John is a sensitive artist and needs some stroking. So, are you enjoying your picture, Christopher? I know he got that a couple days ago, or just before on the weekend, or. I should actually be getting the books tomorrow, so probably noon, hopefully before noon. That way I can show them off on high noon. I will actually not do a stream. I will contain myself from opening them till high noon, if they come in before high noon. But if they come in after high noon is done, I will be starting up a stream. Christopher, it's a black hole without you and Dillard talking. So, what do you think of my first turnaround? Although I think I've done something similar before, so. Got the front and back of the Canadian. Although I did a bit bad because, you know, his feet aren't all the way on. And I know
I mean, I have some critique on format, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, obviously, even the other character, I still think you're drawing it way too big, right?
Yeah.
Because you kind of want to fit both the front and the back each on a third of the page, so that you have another third of the page to really put some detail into the profile.
Yeah. Not yet, Timothy, but he will be. I'm waiting to make sure I have everybody gets their book before giving out any monies to people who contribute it. Although Pope Raven did say I didn't have to give him any money as well. But yeah, this is
Gaming Shield is too thick for the page.
Yeah. That's my problem when it comes to big characters. I want to do them really big, my big characters. And, well, Canadian Shield's wide and, you know, tall. Where Messenger here is actually technically taller than the Canadian Shield, but he isn't as broad-shouldered. So, and I didn't do the back quite as good as I wanted, but as you can tell, there's a little bit more space between these two.
Yeah, usually if I do something like a turnaround, which I don't know if I have any on hand in my portfolio to show you, I'll try to dig one out later. I'll just make a new one. Usually what I do is I will cut the page up into about thirds. Maybe I'll give the profile in the end a little more than a third. And it'll be front and then back as far to the side as possible, so that they're next to each other, and then the profile's off on the side on its own.
Wow. And I know you had suggested just doing the head for the profile. So I think that's why I did that for the Canadian Shield. Although to try to make the profile of the head a little bigger.
Elric asked me if both of his drawings made it into the coloring book. Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, after I added my 2 that I still had left, because I have 4 in there in total, we were actually one short, but Todd said he wanted to make another one anyway and gave us the 40th one that we were missing. So we ended up with the even 40. Dillard actually wants me to hop into a call later on after this so we can launch it. I was wondering when he was going to do that. I gave him the PDF, but I didn't know.
Yeah, people were
If he
asking
wanted me with him to do it or whatever.
People were asking about that tonight already. And I went over to Amazon, tried to look it up, and nothing.
I put a really creepy Jack in the Box in there.
My face is off.
What will be the name of the coloring book? I'm assuming when we put it on Amazon, it will be the same as whatever the cover is. So let me go pull up the cover and read it for you. The cover reads, well, there's the Cult of Raven logo, presents, and then the actual title says Spooktacular 2020 Coloring Book. And the very first page will be the actual cover page, just as line art. So when you see the cover, you can color it immediately when you open the book.
Christopher says bird template. No, I don't think that's the name of the book. I'll probably have to go buy that.
I think the sky is yelling. What type of paper will it be on? I'm assuming the same type of white copy paper that a floppy, like a novel, which is fine for coloring. I've colored on paper similar to it before. It's just decent weight copy paper.
Oh, that face did not turn out nowhere near as good as it should. I'm terrible at side view for the faces.
Well, this is good practice. It's a very important view to get down. Yeah, the markers would just bleed through it, though. Well, Copics would. If you had like normal watercolor markers, like the type that kids use, that would probably be fine. Those don't bleed very much. If you had crayons or color pencils, would probably also work as well.
I think Timothy's here is asking me. Yeah. Oh, what? Well, it's probably not going to be until February, the due date for the late February for the contest. You also have to come up with a background for your version of whichever characters you're doing, Timothy. So it's more than just a picture. But you have a while to do that, so. I was talking about.
I feel like looking back at my background for my version of the Canadian Shield, I probably put too much effort into it because I legitimately gave this character a good background.
Yeah. He says, "Oh, I'll buy it, no problem." Because just like with Evans here, let me get one on. I do put the bio on the back. Although you can't really read that, you know. Picture on the front, bio on the back. And you can do your own stylized lettering as well. Christopher, what's up? Is there a fan art coloring book? The fan art, some of us just did a Halloween coloring book. I am looking to put together a Cross Comics coloring book with a bunch of stuff that I did, plus maybe some people from the community that want to put in. I'll be putting that out about that after I'm done. Or 90% of my stuff is done.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna try and sell that on Kickstarter for probably $10 a pop, maybe 15 with delivery.
See, I feel like I robbed myself of victory in the last context, because even though I drew a rather hot woman for the Canadian Shield, I drew her too seriously and not sexy enough. That was my problem.
Yeah, well, also one guy won, one girl won, you know, because
Yep.
there's Canadian Shield Chan that won. That was Ulrich's. You should just do the coloring book. I'm not sure what you mean, Timothy. Although you mean for getting extra art, it's just because I want it to be 40 pages, and I've only got like, I don't know, 30, 25, 30. Alex says always go for sexy metal.
Well, I did think mine was really good. But I think everybody thinks their own is good.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they can see that. Now they can see. Yeah, that was his entry from the thing. Fan art. For fan version. This isn't fan art, this is fan version contest.
Yeah.
Timothy says, what would the Canadian Shield girlfriend be named? A Canadian wench? No. You'll find out in future issues. I won't say when or who or whatever. But I know who I have already got that in mind. I don't know how they're going to get together exactly, but I already know who his girlfriend is going to be and who 20 years down the road that he's going to marry, or maybe not 20 years, you know.
Eagle, why did you have to go and remind Elric and Evan about the Haramanka contest? I was trying to hopefully just like skirt by, put something, like build it in the background without letting anybody know, and then be the only person to submit something and win the contest by default.
So technically, Metal can need. Heck, now he created that character, he can take her, rename her technically, and put her in his universe somehow, or maybe even redo stuff or whatever to fit in his universe. You know, So now he has at least as a design of a character, if he wanted to, you know.
Yeah, I'll probably change some things.
Yeah. And that's the great thing. Anybody, if you create a character, yeah, I'm using it as a fan version. You know, it sort of builds the quote-unquote cross-comics multiverse. But if somebody wants to use their character, their version, and rename them in their universe, they can. Easy enough. Howard says, I had it in the
Something back of his head. Yeah, that's what he meant.
He'd almost forgot about the contest. I'm surprised Evan isn't typing from the Discord. Although...
it's not running. Because I'm in the Discord, it hasn't updated.
Well, because the YouTube, for some reason, isn't coming through Restream.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
So, I've just got the YouTube up separately, and nothing's coming through the Restream, so, for the chat, so. Bullet says Evan's very excited about the harem manga.
I should probably also write my script for that. I still don't know what I'm going to make. But usually when I sit down and start writing a script, I figure it out fast. I just haven't bothered to.
Alex says, just so Metal knows the genre I'm going with is sci-fi fantasy harem.
It better not be an isekai.
Eagle asks, Metal, are you still part of this harem manga competition?
Last I knew, yeah, I mean, I talked to Evan about it maybe a week or two ago. It was the last time we brought it up.
So, yeah, I'm going to be starting to do these, try and do my best to get these turnarounds on I'm going to do them on high noon. And I'm going to take it as characters appear in the comics. I guess I should be doing, should I be doing the supporting cast as well at the same time, or just my heroes?
If the supporting cast members' look needs to be specific, then yes. If it can be left for the artist to at least design the first time they show up, then don't bother.
Okay. There's going to be a couple like that it's like, I'll let the artist design.
Yeah.
Give him the bio and here, design based on, or, you know, maybe some hints on.
Eagle, you're giving me ideas. I don't know if I've ever seen like a detective or like a noir style story. It might make it dark. That was also a harem story. I might have to work on that. Have like one of the people be a femme fatale who's trying to kill him the whole time, but she can't help but fall in love with the guy.
Also, I will end my boycott. Okay. Okay, Timothy says he sent me what he's done so far, but
Yes, it's supposed to be 30 pages. Though originally it was supposed to be 56.5 pages, according to Evan, and we worked him down to 30 because that is ridiculous. How do you even measure half a page? Do I literally have to cut it off or make it a PNG where the bottom half is transparent?
Timothy, I think you sent it to the wrong person. Because I don't have any DMs unless you emailed it to me. Here's a... Why does he need to accept? Okay, I think he did it.
He sent me a DM.
Yeah, the one arm probably should be a little bit shorter because it's more in the background. I think he might have it a little too long. His version of Messenger. I was just going with your older one, Timothy. That's what happened to me. Why I was expecting your older one. Your other or your other one. Yeah, and Albert says the deadline is December for the Harrow manga. You have 2 Twitters accounts, right, Timothy?
Yes, and the deadline is December. Evan was originally trying to make it September 1st because he was being cheeky, and that was when the Tezuka manga contest was due. And we pushed him back to December.
He says Timothy has 2 Facebooks as well. Yeah, I was expecting your one, the message to come through your one Twitter, and it came through the new one. Wow, to me, what's the new one? What?
I can't divulge how many accounts I have at which website.
Oh, you could. You just can't divulge what their names are.
No, I can't even divulge the number. It would give too many away.
He says because one time Facebook deleted his old account. Ooh, not good. I haven't had them do that with me yet. Oh yeah, and something, I'm not sure what started it, but I'm now doing 60 frames per second. Maybe because of Restream?
I don't think that should be the reason.
But it's saying 60 frames per second. It went from the 30 to the 60. So the only thing I think I did different was I added the High Noon theme song in. Which,
if anything, that would put more strain on your system, not less.
Yeah, I know. Although I'm gonna be doing a new. I'm actually in the works of doing a new High Noon theme song and possibly a theme song for After Dark.
Is it cooler in your room than it normally is?
Might be a little cooler because it's getting cooler out. And I think I have the
environmental
windows.
factors do play in this,
Yeah.
And computers don't like to be absolutely freezing, but they run better when they're cooler than when it's hot around them.
Yeah.
That's why you've got fans in your computer.
Well, it says temperature versus frame rate. Although I've had 46 frames, I've dropped 46 frames out of this whole thing. But it still says 0.0 frames dropped. Damn it, Linda. Oh, because my mom said bye. Yeah, I guess we should do the whole bye thing since it's, less than a minute too. So.
Yeah, I got it. Well, actually, they can't see it because it's too low. I'm gonna pull it up. You have my ticker feed now. Yeah, so just wow, that's blurry. But as always, just go to xdynamuschaos.com, no www in front of it, where I have tons of free comics and more that you can read, including that manga that I had been working on all summer. Done, all 46 pages. You can go and read it.
Cool. And thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks Metal for coming on when he did. And thanks for everybody coming out in the chat and participating. It's good having you here, talking with you as all. And we will be back tomorrow for High Noon. Have a great night. God bless. See y'all later. Bye for now.